Hello, welcome to the Nexus. Today we're doing issue 93 of our Disney Dollhouse. Let's get going. Okay, so we do get the roof sections. They will be going on today. We also get the surroundings as well. They'll also be going on today. We get some magnets. Now these magnets get put aside. We do not use them in this issue. And we also get our Ariel figurine as well. And this one is really, really nice. As you can see there. But that is Ariel. That's for the bathroom. We're only one princess away. If you collect the standard issue or you collect from the newsagents, there's only one left, which I think is Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and then we've got them all. But that's that one. She stands pretty well, actually, very well indeed. But that's her there, and yeah, nice one. So let's get on with the roof sections. And firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to glue these sections together. So that is the middle section, shall I say, making sure that Chimley's at the back there, and they just go like that and like that, and we're just going to glue them down with super glue. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll be back at the house. Okay, so I've glued those down, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue around these all edges, and the roof will go in. It should just sit on like this, and we're going to have to pull some bits together just so it sits perfectly. And I'm going to push it down. Going to need a little bit of pressure to push down on, and we do that. Now before I do that, I do want to pick out a few things wrong with this build. I'm just going to put this over here a second, and it's to do with the windows at the back here. So we'll have a look at the windows in a second, Casp. Yeah. So I'm in our new kitchen, by the way. So it's a building site at the minute, but it's one of the areas where we can actually get in and around on this at the minute. So as you know, I had trouble fitting these. I left them for a week with tape, with masking tape, as you saw, but it is still not completely flush, and it does look like that from this side, but as we come round to the outside, and you can see, hello, there's a huge gap at the bottom. You cannot get it flush at the top and the bottom. You might be able to, I just could not do it. And it's the same for this one as well. As once again, it just doesn't want to sit either at the bottom or at the top, and you do get this sort of horrible seam. I've seen other YouTubers do it, especially people in Japan that are building it, and they have they've had the same problem, and two, they get this horrible seam as well. I thought it would sit a lot better flushed, but as you can see, it doesn't. I'm hoping the front does. Now, I know this is the back of the house, and we ain't going to be using it very often because it's the back of the house, but still. Now, it's the challenge of getting the roof on. So what we will do, Kirst, is we will put the roof on now. So let me go away and do that, and we'll have a look at the end result. Okay, so we now have the roof on. Now it does click on, and it does, you do need to push down on it, but as you can see, it is seamless, which means it's gone on perfect. I have noticed a few things by doing it though, and that is some of the back walls have popped out, and we are left with this very big hole here. Now I know you've got to seal that, but it also shows you that it doesn't. Now, as you can see here, it's sitting flush all the way along, and it looks absolutely straight along there. Just a little bit here, but I think that's due to the gluing, but I'm happy with that. I don't really want to muck about too much with this and push down and stuff like that. It's in place, it's glued in place.
It's on.
Yeah, it's on.
You're not really going to touch the roof.
Well, no, I hope not. We do get the chimneys at one point, and we've also got
Our
skylight to get. We'll probably end up gluing these windows shut. Just because, as you can see on that one, look at the gap on that.
Yeah.
It just won't.
It's even more now that.
Yeah, it's even more now the roof's actually gone on.
Popped it on.
Yeah, it's, as you can see, look. It just naturally wants to pop out. Yeah. I am leaving that.
Yeah.
I don't want to start mucking about with that. Right, next what we're going to do is we're going to add these details. So we're going to stick one here and the other one on this side, like that. And then we're going to stick the surrounding on this, but we'll do this bit first. Okay, so they are both on, like so. Next what we're going to do is we're going to put these. So we've got one here, and these will glue in on the sides. We've also got some straight ones here. And I'm just going to go ahead. Sorry, I've got some straight ones here. And they are going to go on in that sort of fashion. I'm going to go on just here. They sort of slide on. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we've done the sort of surround sections here. Now they are super glued on, and as you go, so we've got a straight piece there, another straight piece, a piece there with the corner on it. We've got a double corner one on the end, another corner one. We've got a straight piece, another corner bit, and the corner little section just there. So all there's left to do now is the last little bits of the top of the roof here, which is this side and that side, which we've got just here. So Kirsty's going to do that for me. And that is it for this issue. So we're going to do that, show you the end result, and then hopefully it's we're coming to the end of the top of the roof here. So yes. Okay, so we've done that, as you can see. And that is that. So we're going to point out some problems with this top roof. It seems to me that we've gone good, awful. And I don't like to moan, but I think it's important that everybody sees the flaws and knows of them in advance, because there are some. So should we start, Kirst?
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start? Firstly, we've got the magnets already. We're not told to put them in this issue, but the magnets go just there. One there, and then there's one there, and one there. Why? I do not know. For the love of me, we do not put them on now, because I think trying to place them now is going to be difficult. In fact, I know it's going to be difficult for some people, because you could drop a bit of glue, stick it in there, it's going to be a nightmare. That's the first floor.
Yeah.
Second floor, the windows. Awful. As you can see, there is gaps all over. They do not sit flush. That gap is huge now, because we've now put the roof on. And I can prove that this is the case, because if I push on it, it barely moves, because the top half is stuck solid, like proper solid. We have got the things up now and the border bits around. What else, Kirst?
Well, really, the rest of the roof tiles should have been done first.
Yeah, trying to get them on while the roof is on.
And while this bit
and while they are on
is a bit difficult.
Yeah, secondly, it doesn't, now we done this side fully already. It doesn't impair or anything, because what you're doing is you're putting this on first, then putting that. It doesn't stop that, because this has still got to go on. Yeah. So if anyone says, well, that's because these parts wouldn't go on this outer section. Well, rubbish. How would you get the rest of it without it? So that's that on that. Anything else, Kirst? So these two layers, last two layers, should have been put on when we were doing the rest of the house, because it's been a bit of a nightmare. The second one is the roof section. So take that off, the turret roof. So we take that off. Yeah. As you can see, sits just like this. Kirsty, you want to put it on? Yeah. Now the roof is on. It's now going to poke out more. So you have to
Oh well, no, because you can't go
Right,
too
so
much of an angle. That's as far.
okay, so that's as far as it goes. Firstly, that is incredibly close, and we have got to put roof tiles on here, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
and
gonna
they go
shove
all the
it
way
out
up.
more.
What else, Kirst?
Well,
It doesn't fit.
no.
No, and as much as we push this down, that was the front of the section house, it just doesn't want to go. Also, as well, we have what round here can only be described as some sort of chasm.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sit right. It sits. It's yeah. Look, even the roof tiles come off a little bit now. I'm gonna have to reglue it. It doesn't. It just doesn't sit on there at all, does it?
No.
It's awful. Hang on. And yeah, we've tried to reposition it. It just doesn't want to sit. It just doesn't sit flush. There's no way it will sit flush either.
It can't move either way on these bits.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've been put on perfectly, because otherwise there would be big gaps if there wasn't.
Yeah.
So this is how it sits. There is a gap there as well. Obviously they've got
the gap here that I'm not happy about.
the chasm. I know that we will be seeing it from this angle, like this. Do you know what? I get that, right? But also, as you can see, there are chasms around here because it just doesn't push it down slightly. Let go. Yeah, it just springs back up.
But then you'd have a bigger gap up there.
Yeah, and also around here, there is a gap. Also, we believe the light's running out on the...
Let me go dark for a minute.
Yeah, hang on a second. Hang on. Well, I'll turn the flash off. And there is a light in there. You can see it over in that corner. Right, hang on. Let's put Donald. Yeah, I'll put that in there. We have got plans to put some fairy lights into the turret roof.
There you go. You can see in there now.
Yep, through the little window. It looks a lot better. But that light there, I think either the battery's gone or it just isn't light enough.
It's not light enough. It's never.
But it looks kind of cosy in there now.
Yeah.
But we are going to put some.
Let's put the light back on.
Yep. We are going to put some fairy lights up there with a battery pack. So the battery pack will sit further up the turret and then we'll wrap the lights around.
Yep.
That will give more light to the room, I think.
She'll give some light to the room.
But, I mean, I'm happy with their roof. The roof has gone on really nice. We've got this, once again, we've got these horrible, we've got something planned for this side, for the side sections. So keep a watch out for that. But they are just little niggles. All in all, I think the house is good. It's just that it just seems to have gone very good at the bottom, and as we've gone further to the top, it has become worse. I don't really know why neither, because we've been doing it to the book. Do you want to grab the front of the house panel? We'll just stick it on there to show you how it's going to go. The magnets aren't very powerful, by the way.
No.
And like I say, I don't know why we haven't stuck them on already, but it doesn't go like that. It goes up, like so, and sits down. That's it. And obviously that's what the house will look like. Personally, I can't wait until we're off this roof. It has just been a little bit too much. A little bit too much.
Of a pain.
It has. We've got a few issues still to go. We've got to obviously put the roof tiles on here. We've got the light here, the windows, the 2 bay windows, the little windows here, the top window and the skyline. We've got the chimneys to go in, and then we've got the border that goes around the top as well. And then hopefully we're done and we can move on to other things. But yeah, I love the build. I think it's just good. It's just not fitted as well. The top hasn't fitted as well as the rest of the house. That's our personal opinion, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
if you could take the outer edge from the top and redo it, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, the roof is what's that on the?
I don't like it at all.
On that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that there's a huge gap as well.
It doesn't even meet on these bits anymore.
No, and yeah, I mean, even if you push it, it doesn't go. It just won't go because it having to connect up the top here. You'll also have that same gap, by the way, as you will at the front.
Yeah, I know.
I know you're supposed to, I mean, you could push it, but it's not going to, remember, it's only being held on with those magnets.
And it's only there until you take it off to get to the inside.
Yeah. So I don't know whether it'll be on full time for us or not, but then you'd have to store it somewhere. All the panels you take off, you'd have to store.
You just rest them, don't you? Because
there is a lot of stuff in this. As you can see, we've just put all the other little bits into the rooms here. Kirsty bought some gnomes.
Excuse the dust, we're on a building site.
Yeah, excuse the dust. It will be dusted when we come to fully do it, but as you can see, we're in a building site at the minute. But yeah, just a few little niggles that we've got with it. I know some people have really struggled with the roof as well. And some people haven't. So we have been 50-50. I didn't mind doing the tile bits. Yeah.
It's the windows, and when I've had to leave the top 2 rows. And there's just been certain sections like this bit, trimming that up. There's just been some bits of it that have just been a bit of a niggle. And obviously there's a lot of bits like the gap at the bottom here, the gap at the side, the gap there. There's just little niggle bits, but it's still a really good build, and I'm really proud that we are building it. Yeah.
It's just, you know, you're spending all this money, getting something really good. It just doesn't seem, you know what I mean? As we've started off really well down here with Winnie the Pooh.
Poor Pooh Bear gets closed away.
And you know, everything that we got it was all wooden. The furniture, the doors. Nice. You know, we had it all, and as we've moved up, the quality seems to have gotten...
It's diminished.
Yeah, it's slightly diminished, and I don't really understand why. Some people said it's weight, though the doors didn't weigh anything, even the wood ones. In fact, I would actually argue the fact that there may only be a couple of micrograms in it. In fact, I would put it and say that the wooden ones were actually lighter, but you know, that's me, because I remember that it was very, very flimsy sort of wood on the doors, and then we went to plastic, and just for me it just seems that the quality is diminished as we've gone further up the house. That is my opinion. You obviously see differently.
Yeah.
But you know, I've built a lot of the models. I have absolutely enjoyed this build. And we're so committed.
I still like it, and
we're still going to like it. We're still going to wait, you know, can't wait until it's finished. We still can't.
And then I can get all the other bits.
We can all get the other bits done, and we'll be so excited when it's finished. But there is just these niggles. You get them with every part work. It's not something that's unique to this.
No. Every
part work has its own little niggles. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, because I'd love to know what everybody else thinks of this. We might have got it wrong, or it might just be the way that we've built it. You know, we've built it to book. But yeah, you subscribers, there's a few things that I would do.
Put the tiles on
Firstly,
first.
I would try and put the windows on before the tiles, and you put them on the actual roof sections, because I think you could probably get them on a lot better. Though you might have the same problem. Like I said, people in Japan that have built it, and I've seen a couple of people build it, have had the exact same problem.
So the company didn't learn from that?
The exact... Well, this is the same model, so nothing would have changed on it. Nothing. But yeah, they struggled as well. It wasn't... Their finished product wasn't as good. There were some bits that they sort of saw and they've updated and stuff like that. We build it to stock. There's other ways you can do it. We're definitely going to be doing the front of this house a lot better than the back in terms of when we put the tiles on. But there's still quite a few issues. I think there's at least 4 or 5 issues still to go on the top section here, by the way. Have you got the magazine? Shall we have a look, see what we've got in the next issue?
I think it's out here.
Oh, yeah,
grab it.
Kirsty's just going to grab it. So yeah, I think in the next issue we put the roof tiles on this section. Yep. So in issue 94, we obviously put the roof tiles on the front part and our side section. We also get the chimneys, They will be really straightforward. We get Beauty and the Beast mirror and the Beauty and the Beast fireplace. So yeah, that's the light for that room, by the way. It doesn't come with a light. It does. I think it does have a fake chandelier in that room. But the light source is the fire.
Got a fake chandelier.
But yeah, that's what's coming in issue 94. Like I said, we've still got an issue for just these two windows and the top window there. Then we've got an issue where we're building both of the bay windows here and then putting them on. But I think that might be over 2 issues. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how that all pans out. So yeah, we still got like 3 or 4 issues on the top of the house here. After which we move down to this section. And then we move on to the base.
Let me take this off so it doesn't fall off.
Yep. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I've been Kev.
I've been Kirsty.
And as always, we'll see you at the next video. Take it easy.